So why is a cult so fucking appealing to certain people? Cults tend to offer an extremely structured lifestyle, and that is super appealing to people who feel lost or confused about their lives. Me. Think about it, you join a group and they're super nice and they compliment you, accept you just as you are, and you just start feeling like, this is amazing, I just want to stay here. They also offer a sense of doing good for the world or changing the world in some extreme way. At the end of the day, cults have to do with belonging, and we all want to belong somewhere. Cults are able to get their followers to do incredibly awful things, including torture, murder, rape, and suicide. Some of the most famous cases of cults have been the Manson Family, Heaven's Gate, and the People's Temple. The Manson family is notoriously known for the August 9th, 1969 murder of Sharon Tate and 4 other people that were at her house. It was a super gruesome murder, and she was 8 months pregnant at the time of her death, which made it even worse. The 4 people that were at her house were friends, and they were basically over for a nice night, and just to have these 4 intruders come in and murder the whole house is just insane. Then we have the People's Temple. So on November 18th, 1978 in Guyana, Jim Jones is able to convince 918 people to drink cyanide and die in a mass suicide with promises of going to heaven.
Jim Jones, his sons were simply going to sleep. Some had pillows beneath their heads. Some died alone, separated by families until the end. Babies were fed the lethal potion with it's believed each lived about 5 minutes after swallowing a mixture of cyanide.
So these are just some examples of how cults can lead to extreme violence and extreme craziness, and I'm just like, now if this doesn't sound awful enough, people that are in cults generally don't believe that they're in a cult. They really do believe that they're doing something good for the world, or they're helping someone, or they're following someone who knows what they're doing. So for this creepy crime story, I wanted to talk about NXIVM. NXIVM was started by Keith Raniere in Brooklyn. Now this wasn't just any sort of cult, this was a sex cult. So if you're sensitive to any conversations about that, you might want to tune away now. It's alleged that Keith Raniere has raped and sexually assaulted his female followers. If that wasn't bad enough, he has been known to brand women. And if you don't know what branding is, it's basically where you take an iron, metal rod or a shape of something and you heat it up and you press it against someone's skin, causing extreme pain and scarring. Farmers and cowboys used to brand their animals so that people knew who the animal belonged to. So it is an extremely degrading and abusive and horrible act to perform on women. This sex cult was disguised as a multi-level marketing scheme, and these people truly believed that they were getting in on this amazing formula that was going to get them to be rich. This guy is so revered in this group or organization that he actually has his own name. He's not called Keith. Like, hey Keith, what's up Keith? His name is the Vanguard. The Vanguard. So that kind of creates like a godly image. He's not Keith, he's the Vanguard. He's special. And they even go on these getaways to celebrate his birthday, and everybody comes from like all over the world. Apparently NXIVM is like this huge organization. Keith Raniere is an incredibly intelligent man, as most cult leaders are. They're able to get people to follow them blindly and do basically anything that they say. This was pretty much a pyramid scheme where he would recruit women, brand them, get them brainwashed, and then get them to get their own slaves, and so forth and so on. But luckily Keith Raniere was arrested on March 15th, 2018 in Mexico, and someone who's gonna get arrested next might be Allison Mack. If you don't know who Allison Mack was, she was an actress in a show called Smallville. So Allison Mack played Chloe Sullivan, and she was basically Clark Kent's best friend. She was so sweet and she seemed like such a nice person, and of course we all think we know actresses and actors based on the roles that they play, but we don't really know them at all. Apparently Allison Mack was part of Keith Raniere's inner circle, meaning she was right below him on the pyramid scheme. So not only did she engage in sexual activities with Keith Raniere, but she also recruited other women and helped brand them and brainwash them. Allison Mack's initials are actually part of the brand that they use to brand the women. So not only do you see KR for Keith Raniere, but you also see A and M. Super, super disturbing. I know, it's just fucking weird. So I've been trying to kind of keep tabs on what Allison Mack is doing. Apparently she's still in Mexico. She had lunch with her mom the other day, and I don't really know if she knows that she's gonna be arrested because it's looking that way. This is definitely a developing story that I will keep tabs on and keep updating you guys on. So there was another girl, and she was like the sweetest thing ever. I knew a bunch of boys at school that had a crush on Kristen Crook because she was really beautiful, but now knowing that she had any sort of involvement in this cult is super disturbing, and I'll never look at her the same way again. So apparently she was in this cult before Allison Mack and actually recruited Allison. Like, how shitty of a friend is that? Kristen Crook left in 2012 apparently because there were rumors that Keith Rainier had sexual relations with underage girls, which wouldn't surprise me one bit. And so she says she left, and then other articles came out where it said that she was never part of it and she disassociated from it completely. So I don't fucking believe her. Honestly, I do think she was part of it and she's trying to come out clean in this situation, especially since Allison Mack is rumored to be getting arrested soon. There was even this really weird video between Allison Mack and Keith Rainier where they were having this conversation about kind of their lifestyle and what they do, and Allison Mack got so dramatic with it, probably because she's a Leo. She started to cry. It wasn't even something worth crying about, and she started to cry. I was very confused. Did you watch Smallville? Did you think that someone like Allison Mack and Kristen Crook could do something of this magnitude? Just let me know your opinions below. I'd love to hear them, and I love you guys so much. Make sure you hit that red subscribe button. I post new videos all the time, and hit that notification bell because it notifies you when I post a new video, and that's really fun. Bye, you guys.